Hey, so good evening, everyone. Yesterday I gave some exercise to solve. It's very simple. So I hope you have tried it by your own. I'm just doing the same thing over here, so you can just tally your result, or if there is anything new you want to display, you can also show me over here. Okay. So the question was just like there are two lists, L1. Okay, let me just declare it as an empty list, L2. Okay. Now I'll be trying to get some input from user. Was x equal input, enter a number. Okay, the same thing. Okay, I'm just converting into it integer because by default it should be coming as a string. Okay, that thing we already covered. So now we have x, and now we need to append x in L1 if it is a odd number and L2 if it is a even number. So this is the process. So let's go ahead the conditional statement. Okay. If x percent to equal 0, that means it's an even number. Okay. That is the syntax. Then what should be the append logic? It should be appended in L2 dot append x. Okay. So this is the thing. L2 dot append. Append is the method to append the particular element at the last position. I think you remember when we have learned about list methods. Okay. Then else L1 dot append x. Okay. At the end, let me print both L1 and L2 to check. First of all, I'm printing L1, then I'm printing L2. Okay. So that should be fine. Let me check. Enter number. Let's give 40. Okay. Yes. So the first one is still empty, and you can see 40 is a even number. So it's entered into the second list. Okay. Let me rerun it again. Enter number. Let me put 67. It's a odd number. Let's see. Yes. So odd number it's getting entered into the L1. That means the first one. Okay. So this is very simple actually. That is understandable to everyone. Any start point, or if you have done any other method, can also tell me. Okay. I hope no issue. Okay. So moving with the new topic for today's session. So okay, just a few recap whatever we have covered on yesterday's session. So we have learned how to create data frame. I mean, we need to create data frames and all by incorporating pandas library, pandas class and the respective methods. Okay, so yesterday we have learned how to create data frames on top of a list, on top of a dictionary, even on top of a CSV file. Okay, three methods we have learned. So today we'll be creating the same data frame once more time. From the same CSV once more, and after that from this CSV, we will manipulate the particular data frame. Okay, so the data manipulation we have learned already in SQL chapters. There we learned how to have the aggregation function, group by, sort by, distinct value, lots of things. The same kind of thing we can do in Python. Okay. Uh, the coding is a bit different over there, but the same thing that what we are doing at data, I mean SQL side on top of tables, the same thing we'll be doing on top of data frames in Python. Okay. Okay, then let's get started. So first of all, let me create the data frame again quickly. I'm just deleting this thing. This has been covered. Okay, I already just comment it out. That okay. What is comment? Comment. I mean, in Python we can put hash sign to make the line as a comment out. Okay, if I just put this, that particular line will not be executed. Okay, and commenting is useful to put some description of the developer's line. Okay, what we are doing. So especially comment is used for this part, just to, I mean, get rid of the line to be executed. When the Python interpreting this high level language to machine level language, that will not be interpreted. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so input pandas as PD, that is fine. Then I'm creating a data frame. The data frame name is df. Data frame equal to PD. This is PD dot read CSV file, and I'm just putting this path. Okay, to read the CSV. It was the same thing that we have learned last day. I'm just trying to print the result. Yes, to check whether everything is fine or not. Yes, everything is fine. So on top of this data frame DF, we will be working today. So what are the topics we'll be going to cover first? Okay, indexing, slicing of the data frame. Let me check. Okay, first of all, you can see by default, the index would be generated when we are creating a data frame, just like the same thing in list, when we are creating it from list, when we are creating from a dictionary. So by default, the index is being generated over here, and this is very much unique in nature. Okay, so if anyone wants to remove this index, and without having this index, if anyone wants to have an index from any one of the column of this data frame, okay, then how to do that thing? How to do that? So that should be df set index. This is the data frame method. I mean pandas method. Can see, and which particular column, or we can put set of columns as well. Let's put name as an index over here. Okay, so the data frame should be looking like just like this. Okay, name is coming over here. The index part is just coming a bit front, the index name. Okay, and the other stuffs are there. We can declare multiple things, name and age, name and subject, this way. Okay, so as of now, it seems fine. Okay, how to reset index? We have the same command, reset index. So if I just store this value into somewhere, let me just print it df2. Okay, so if I'm just print df2, it should be having the same result. Now if I just want reset index on top of df2, reset index, let me check what happens. Yeah, the index has been uh, removed. Okay, one more thing, in this position we have the df is there. I mean, we just want to reset index and drop the index. We don't want the earlier index. I mean, the name we don't want. Then just put reset index and pass a flag there. Drop equals true. So it will be resetting as well as dropping the old index. This thing, I mean, as per the requirement, you will be learning the thing gradually, the minute things. But just keep remember what is index. Okay, data frame should be having a by default index number, which should be unique, but we can modify the thing with any of the column or any sets of column by having set index method. Okay, that's the, I mean, main thing. But there are many small things are available, but as of now, it's not required. Just have a remember, I mean, of that one. Maybe in project scenario, you'll be faced lots of things, lots of just like minute things over there. Okay, so set index is done. Slicing in the data frame. Slice mean inside the data frame. Let me just omit this thing. I'm just printing df again. So this is the entire data frame. Name, subject, age, marks, and by default index has been populated. So if I just now want to, I mean, slice the data frame means I can take individual columns, not entire column set. Slice means we can take maybe one column, two column, and print the same over here. How to do that? Okay, the same thing we have done in select by select. I mean, to visualize entire data set from a table, it was select star from the table name. And to put particular column names there, instead of star, we can put the column names with separated by comma. Okay. And just like this, select column 1, column 2 from table. The same thing we can do over here. That is called slicing, slicing of the data. Okay. There are two things, slicing and filtering. Slice means column level filtering. So which column I want to display. And filtering means row level filtering, which rows I want to discard and which row I want to show over there. So filter generally occurs on top of rows, and slice it should be occurs on top of columns. Okay, the understanding is clear to everyone. Is that fine? Any doubt? No doubt. Okay, so I want to print name and subject, name and marks. Okay, so how to do that? So we'll be doing with the df then square bracket. Okay, first of all, let's print, just print one only, name. Okay, we can see only name with the index as well. Okay, let me print name and marks. Okay, I received the error because there are multiple elements we cannot declare in this way. We have to wrap it in a list. Okay, the first square bracket is not a list element, I mean list square bracket. It's the by default syntax. When we'll be passing anything inside df, then we need to use square bracket. Okay, over there we need to pass these two elements inside a list again. So I'm just wrapping this thing as a list combination, I mean list square bracket. Let me run it again. Yes, now it's working. So when declaring multiple stuffs over there, we have to uh, declare it in a list or maybe in a tuple. Okay, so that, I mean, it's a multiple work item, and that same thing should be printed over here. Okay. Now, any doubt on slicing or indexing part? If not, I'll be moving to filtering part. Okay. So moving ahead with the filtering part. Filter means, as I mentioned, filter means uh, discard some value. I mean, row level filtering. Record will be eliminated. Okay. So Let me come back to the old position again. Okay, so if I want to filter some of the value and want to display the same thing in the screen, so first of all, there is a by default head. Uh, if I just print in this way, df.head, head is a method. By default, it should be picking up five. Okay, top five records. It should be returning. I can also manipulate this by putting any other value over here, just like df.head 2. It should be showing us top two records only. Okay. Okay. Let me just keep this thing. Print. Okay. Let me filter in another way. df dot. Okay. Name was there. df dot name. Name n is in caps. Okay. Name equal Alex. Okay. This is the filtering criteria, or rather, I can tell it. On top of that, I need to return df as well. Something is missing. I'm assuming that should be in square bracket because inside df we need to declare the thing in square bracket. Okay, yes. The first one, let me delete this thing. It's not required. So I just put a filter on top of, just like in select, when we are doing the SQL queries, we're learning SQL there. The DQL part means data query language. We have learned the filtering topics. Over there, while learning the filter, we are putting select star from table and putting where keyword over there, where particular column value is equal to this. So the same thing is here as well, where name equal Alex. Okay. So in the data frame, Alex has two records. The same thing has been returned over here. Okay. Now this is a similar way we can declare or we can filter it out in on top of data frame. Fine. We can put multiple things as well. I want to say only Alex's maths, not history. Okay. And we can put this way. And or operator we can put in this manner. Just like the same in where clause. Only the syntax is different. And df dot subject equal maths. Okay. But we need to wrap this thing inside a first braces. Okay, these two condition I just wrap it and putting a and between this. Okay, let me print it. Yes, only maths result is there for Alex. So multiple condition we can import in this way. So just this is the condition. Let me show you one thing. Okay, I can put it into another variable. Suppose v equal this. Okay, and let me pass v over here. So it's a variable means it's a filtering condition. We can eliminate this thing over here. Okay, and I'm passing this thing in a variable v. Okay, and same variable I'm calling over here dfv, and it should be returning the same output. So whatever multiple filtering condition we can put it over here and print it in this way. An interesting thing, I also told the same thing in the last session. So if I just print only v, okay, this condition, what happens? Let's print it. Okay, so on based of the entire set, entire data, we have 11th records or not 11, we have 12th records over there. But Inside for this condition, which particular index is true or false, it should be giving us. Okay, so by this condition, we have only one boolean true. That is the sixth index, because this condition will satisfy or giving us the result for sixth index. Okay, is that clear? So sixth index, that's why when I'm just incorporating the same thing on top of data frame, it's returning the all the column set or all the result of sixth index. That is fine. So I'm just removing this thing for maths. Then we can get to double true operation. Okay, index number 2 and 6 having true clause, because I just have Alex's number over here. If I just print the same thing, df square bracket enclosed on top of v, yes, I just received 2 and 6 indexes. Okay, so this is the way the filter should work. Any doubt? If I want to in a same statement, you want to slice as well as filter the things. How to do that? We have to use the method df dot lock. Okay, loc. Okay, it's a printer output. So first of all, put filter. The filter is v, and with comma separated, we can pass the slicing part. Slicing part means uh, name and subject within a list. Let me do that. Or name or marks, anything. So first of all, I'm using df lock instead of df. Okay. And there I'm passing two parameters. The first one is the condition of filtering, row level filter, comma, the particular columns I want to display. That thing I'm also passing over here. Okay. Within a list, name and marks. Let's see if it is working. Yes, it's working. So we have slice as well as we are able to filter it in a single statement with using the method dot lock, loc. Okay. Hope there is nothing, no issue. Okay, aggregation function on top of data frame. So whatever we have done in select query, having group by aggregation, we are doing group by on a particular column or multiple sets of column. We can do the group by and put some aggregation functions just like max, mean, count, average. The same thing we can do over here as well. Okay. So today I'll be just giving you a basic introduction on aggregation. Tomorrow we can show this aggregation with some more advanced level. So how to go ahead with aggregation? Let me show you. The group by statement, it should be also been, it should be also used over here, but the total syntax is a bit different, but the overall concept is same. Okay. Okay. Let me quickly print the data frame. Okay. We have those 12 records. Let me just take head. Just to have the exercise or example from the previous. Let me just split the result. So this is the original data frame. Just I want to print the same thing to check the output and all. Just I'm segregating this thing with some border line. Okay. Now I'll be doing the grouping by operation. df dot group by. Okay, group by on top of, let's do on top of subject. Okay, so I have grouped it on top of subject. Then what particular arithmetic operation I'll be going ahead? I can uh, do one thing. Let's do mean. Okay, so by default, when we'll be doing mean operation, the entire data set should be grouped by subject, and on top of subject it will have a mean, I mean it's a average. It will return the average age and marks, because mean should be operated on top of integers columns. We already grouping on top of subject. There is an extra column name, so there will be no operation on top of name, but it will be throwing an warning. Okay, it will be throwing warning, because mean should be working on top of age and marks, not on name. By default, when I'm just picking up one column over there for grouping the data set, the other column should be performing the particular operation, mean operation, or just like. But if I'm not mentioning all the columns, or maybe we are slicing the columns over here, by default it should be taking name, age, marks over here to calculate the mean. But name is a character type, that's why it should be throwing an error, and it should manipulate on top of this two. Let me quickly run it, then you can understand. Yeah, we have received that particular warning message, future warning. Because for the name it should not be working for mean, but for other things it's fine. We can see on top of subject it has been grouped properly, history and maths. And what particular data is available for history? It's just have a arithmetic mean for age and arithmetic mean for marks as well. Okay. If I just introduce more than one, let me put name as well over here. Okay, name and subject, two things are there. So you should be passing this thing inside the list. Otherwise, it should be throwing an error. Let's see what is the data. And no error should be there. No future warning should be there, because name I'm including over here. So mean should be only working on top of age and marks. Okay, so the grouped is just like this way. On top of subject, it was grouped earlier at the beginning, then name. Okay, so it's as per the order as well. If I mention name earlier, then it should be grouped on top of name, then subject. Okay, so we grouped it name first. Alex is present twice. His marks has been captured for history maths. That's why name is first group. Then as its subject, okay. Arnab is present only once. His history marks is here. Bihan, his maths marks is there. Raghu, his history marks is there. Again, starting from Ranjit, we're having two subjects, Rohit, Swapnil. Okay, so this thing I want to mean over here, and that way we can group it. Tomorrow I'll be having with more functions, just like standard deviation, count stuffs we'll be learning today as well. So those arithmetic operation we can do by this way. Grouping functions and all. Okay, any doubt from anyone? This is the original data set, and this is a group by one. From original, we just picked two to have the demonstration what was the original data set looks like. And this is the calculated one having manipulated on top of grouping operation, aggregation function. Any doubt? Any stuck point? Nothing? Okay. So next topic is sorting the data frame. Okay, sorting part we have covered in SQL, just using order by clause. The same thing we can do with this particular method, sort index and sort values. So as per the naming convention, you can understand what are the difference. So print, let me print the data frame df dot sort underscore index. Okay, so the index we can see over here on sort of, I mean on top of index, it should be sorted. Let me print it. Okay, by default, it should be always sorted. If we can see, the index should be always looking like this way: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we want to want to make it a descending in manner, just we need to pass ascending equal false. By default, it should be true. So we can see the entire dataset has been reversed over here. Swapnil comes first, behind Ranjit. Again, Swapnil history marks is later mentioned over here. So, sort index means based on index, we can sort the entire data frame. Okay, either in ascending manner. By default, it should be ascending in nature, even the data frame itself, and we can put it in descending manner by this way. If we just want to sort the entire data frame based on some column naming convention, so how to do that? It should be sort by values. Okay, sort by values. Okay, so which value on top of which value I want to sort it? I want to sort maybe on top of marks. Okay, if I want to just go ahead with same thing, the first, I mean, this mark should be coming first. So it's the same thing should be there. Ascending equal false over here. The same thing. At ascending equal false means okay. Ascending equal false means it should be descending in nature. False, it's throwing the error because it is a boolean data, and as we mentioned, Python is case sensitive. So for the boolean, the first letter, first alphabet should be caps. Okay, so this is the manner of output of data. Okay, we can put multiple things as well. Just like on top of marks, or on top of age as well. So based on where we are producing it, I mean, it will be sorting based on marks first, then it will be coming for age. So if the same marks is there, suppose 800, 200, there are same marks, 700, 700. So after that, after completion of 700, 700, it will be taking the age. Which age is, let me print it, print the result, then that should be understandable. Okay, so there are two things we are passing, so that might be passed in a list. Otherwise, a error should be thrown. Okay, so just like 800, 800. So age 12 should be coming first over here. Okay, this is the thing. So 700, 700. We're not receiving Raghu's marks earlier because we're also putting the age as a sorting column. So first of all, it will be sorted on top of marks. Then it will be checking for sorting on top of age. Okay, marks is the first criteria, then age. So if I put age at the beginning over here, just like same group by, it will be it will get the priority. Okay, the precedence and all. So that's the thing I want to say. So the same way, just like we can sort by index as well as sort by some column values. Okay, so sort underscore index should be there for the first scenario, and the second it is sort underscore values. Okay, moving ahead with the next topic, copy a data frame to another data frame. Yeah, it's a very simple. We already showed to you. Just like df2 equal df. Only simple equal statement is fine. Otherwise, we can also use copy this thing. Okay. So if I pass the same thing, it should be having the same output. Having the same output. Okay. Nothing different. What is there in df? That should be in df2 as well. Okay. For a particular field, if I want to check the distinct value, we can use this kind of method, unique. Let me show you. Suppose df dot name dot unique. Is it's looking like just like a distinct, but it should be only top of one columns over here by this operation unique method. Let me print the result. Okay, we can see the unique name. Just like over there, Alex was present two times because we have. Uh, I mean, Alex was present two times because of two subject areas, maths and history. But by using unique, we have only once. Okay, value counts. This is also one method we can learn quickly. Instead of Unix, put value counts. It should be throwing us the number of, yeah, presence of that particular name over here. It's also aggregation functions, we can say. Okay, so just like Swapnil is I mean, available two times, Alex two times, Ranjit two times, Raghu one, Arnab Ram, those are, I mean, just like it's a group by on top of name and the counts. So if we just do the same thing on top of group by, grouping by the name and count. I just put count. I'll be giving you the example tomorrow with this the detailing one with the advanced manner. So the same output should be there. Name, I'm just grouping on top of name, and in the data frame, what is the count? Okay. So this is the thing. Okay. Any doubt, any stuck point? I think we have almost going to the end of the session. Any doubt from your side? Because we have learned a lot. I mean, lots of topics today. The aggregation, sorting thing on top of data frame, how to slice, how to filter a data frame. So everything we are using on top of pandas only. Those are available pandas methods. Okay, just we need to know some of the methods, the most important methods actually. But while doing the manipulation in your business and all, you will be facing lots of other things as well, lots of minute things. You need to help from pandas documentation as well. But the main things we have covered so that the concept is clear, how to use the methods on top of data frame, how to create the data frame and all. So hopefully there will be no issue, but you need to practice the same thing at your own side to create the data frame at your own indexing part, uh, aggregation part as well, sorting part. Okay, so please try this thing at your home as well. And at the end, I'll be giving another exercise on top of data frame. But after completion of the entire Python course, it should be again 2 or 3 more days. And mm, I mean, data frame will be working 1 or 2 days. And after that, we'll be working Python as a ETL tool. We can connect an external database by Python. We can fetch data from there and we can push the data again into another database. So this kind of exercise we'll be doing again at the end of this Python. Okay. But till now, whatever we have learned for Python, please try the same thing uh, by installing the required softwares and all at your own. Okay, if there is any stuck point, we can discuss the same thing in next session. Okay, okay then. That's all for today's session. Let's connect tomorrow with some more insights on top of data frame. Okay. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.